You speak on Jaylen Brown. The problem I had with Stephen A. and Jaylen Brown was when you called him out like a mob boss. When you sat in front of the camera and spoke as if you saw him, you was going to do something to him. That's the problem I had. A lot of players having a relationship with you were facts. I supported you too. Until you started to disrespect players as if you were a player. All I said was what other people say. You can't always throw it to somebody else. You said it and it's fine. By the way, regardless of what other people said, if you say it, it's yours now.
Well. It looked like Draymond finally firing his final shot at Stephen A. But is it ever really over? And for those that don't follow it like that, this started in 2022, early 2023. Stephen A. calling Draymond a fake tough guy, calling him overrated. Because Draymond, with all his accolades, his 4 rings, his defensive player of the year, he really do average a triple single. 8 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. So Stephen A. calling him out on that. But then Draymond fires back and says he's a clown, he's a hater, and he doesn't know basketball.
I wanted to respond with regards to Draymond Green and Jamel Hill. Take a listen.
I've had my words with Stephen A. Listen, he's great at what he does. I think, he's arguably the best at what he does, right? And that's your lane, respect, cool. But I also think where the line get blurred in a negative way for journalists is he throws out the journalist tag all the time. I am actually a journalist, this, that, and other. But to your point, there isn't the going in the locker room. There isn't the, he comes in the arena, you really don't get next to him. You don't see him. And so, you
talk to people, but it's not the same.
Exactly. And so right. you say all of these things on television. Jaylen Brown has been very outspoken about it, the anonymous sources and all of these things, right? Like, you say all of these things on television, and then you throw out the word journalist, which almost makes people, especially athletes, not respect journalists, because you're throwing out the journalist tag and then you're doing that, and people don't respect it. And
we all know Stephen A. be moving like a politician these days. He the 100 million man. He be acting like he's the star of the show. He got main character syndrome. He forget these dudes is out there sweating and getting it in, and he got big time opinions, and he forgets where he came from a lot of times. So when you get a player calling him out, and Draymond actually makes more than Stephen A., which is kind of wild, right? But Stephen A., that's lost on him because he at the top of the food chain. But here's what Stephen A. had to say back to Draymond.
Now let me get to you, Draymond. Ladies and gentlemen, before I say anything, you will never hear me say a disrespectful word about Draymond Green. I love the brother. I think he's a good dude. Draymond, where you gonna stop dancing around issues involving me and tell him what's up? You and I were pretty tight. And then after the choking incident with Rudy Gobert and the slap to Yusuf Nurkic, I upset you because I called you and said it was difficult to defend you. I'm not saying anything out of pocket or personal because this is what you said to Shaq on his podcast. So it was already public information. It's the only reason I'm revealing it. I'm not saying anything else about any of our conversations throughout the years, my brother. We've never talked since that time. But can you at least acknowledge to the people while you're talking publicly, if we're keeping it a buck, that when you went on Shaq's podcast and you said that that's the first time I knew you were upset at me? I didn't even know. You never called me and had a conversation man to man. I never knew you were upset. All of a sudden, we stopped talking. Prior to that, I didn't have to be in the Golden State locker room at that time to talk to you. as is the case with me and a whole bunch of players y'all will never know about because a lot of players don't reveal that they speak to me. Nor do coaches, nor do executives. Because if you reveal that it's like that, how would I give access to the information I get access to? I've had coaches go into press conferences and call me out, and they were the ones that gave me the damn information.
When people say your name, it's going to happen. I'm here to tell you, it's going to happen. I've responded to some things when I heard my name, too. I responded to Kenyon Martin when I heard my name. I responded to Austin Rivers when I heard my name. And you come out with these, oh, man, I'll do this. No, you won't. And it's okay. You are the very person that drove the narrative that Kevin Durant can't be spoke to. He got a problem with media. He always got to say something back, a little sensitive. A lot of that came from you. But he's doing the very thing that you do, responding to someone saying his name. Because that's the business, right? That's the game we play, right? I will close this by saying, as I said then, top of the business. What you've done to build it up is incredible. The top of the top. But you can't just stand on the top of the mountain and throw rocks. And then when a rock come flying back your way, you're like, oh man, like how they do that to me? Because I was over here throwing a flower. Came on that side and threw a rock. You shouldn't get mad at that rock I threw over there. Go stand on the other side and catch the flower. No, bro, it don't work like that.
The bottom line with this is that Stephen A's journalism, quote unquote, has gone from the basketball court to character assassination, where it seems personal now. You talking about the person, not their skills, not what they bring to the team. You're not breaking down X's and O's. You actually going at the man. And now they responded. Because every athlete has the opportunity to have a podcast, has an opportunity to go on social media and be comfortable about it, has a platform where they ain't got to sit back and take it. Now you hearing the backlash. For 20 years, you ain't have to worry about that. You say what you say, and as long as you don't run into them, the public will never know. And the PR department will keep the athlete from speaking out on their own behalf in case they're not media trained properly. They may say the wrong thing and make it even worse for the team, right? Because the media had a lot of power. Well, now people have taken the power back, especially athletes, entertainers. You just say something, they're going to clap back themselves. They don't have to wait. It's immediate. And that's the world we in now. So you got Draymond, who's a loud voice now in the podcast space, and he has strong opinions. Stephen A can't be shocked by this. The old school stuff don't work no more. Will they ever mend fences? Probably. They'll be on broadcast together and things like that. And they'll have to play, the professional role. But the bottom line is Stephen A is losing respect because he's not on the court putting that work in, but he has the strong opinions as if he did it before, and he didn't. We've already covered that. So we'll see where it go from here, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Till next time, it's your boy Dell, man. MPSC. We out.